Hello there and welcome to the channel, my friend. We're back at it again with another Battlefront 2 tier list. This video will be a ranking for all 22 heroes, specifically on how they hold up in the 4v4 heroes vs villains mode. We'll go from worst to best by splitting everyone up into a tier list, starting with C tier and finishing with God tier, the best of the best. So let's get right into it. Start off with C tier. First up, though I hate to admit this, but first in C tier is Obi-Wan Kenobi. What I do know is that Kenobi is a master duelist, but in HvV, he falls flat. His Jedi mind trick used to be fairly powerful, but they nerfed it, and he's not very versatile, which leaves Kenobi in the back of the line in this 4v4 mode. Next is Yoda, and I know Yoda is potentially really great in a saber duel with his dash strike through blocks and everything, but in a 4v4 mode his capabilities are inferior compared to the others. He has a health boosty for his teammates, which is nice, but that's about it. Another in C tier is Lando. Some may disagree. Objectively though, I believe other heroes are above Lando. Yes, he has a shock stun and his blaster has a 266 damage per second, which is above average, but his blaster has a fairly crappy range and accuracy. Also, his smoke grenade barely supports the team, and like plenty other heroes have shock stuns, so he's not too special. Lastly in C tier is Darth Tyrannosaurus, aka Count Doodu. Count Dookie, we all know, is a master duelist, but he has a very short range. Only range attack he got is his lightning, and that's like only 3 meters or so, and it's really buggy. This makes a big difference in 4v4s. Plus, his exposed weakness only works on one target at a time, unlike Kenobi's or Rey's mind trick. This forces Count Dookie to have a very limited playstyle. The best heroes for HvV are the most versatile ones. Moving on to B tier, and first we have BB-8 and BB-9. I know there are these robot testicle levers out there, and yes, I do see how BB-8 and BB-9 can be very deadly in the right hands. In a 4v4, amidst the chaos of the fighting, these rolling balls can be very slippery and do lots of damage without people even realizing. They can be super annoying actually, but I just don't care. I don't care. I cannot justify placing them any higher. Next up in B tier is Darth Sidious. Palpatine can play a very strong role in 4v4s. He can be the very mobile, annoying support hero, similar to Boba Feett. Palpatine has a very long range, and in the right hands, his movement can make him very difficult to kill. Personally, Palpatine is the easiest hero for me to get those 30+ kill games with, but other heroes such as Boba can play the same role just as good or better. Following Palps is his very own apprentice, whom he raised to be a Sith assassin, Darth Maul. His force choke can disrupt a team strategy, and his dash attack can hit multiple enemies at once. He's like the Flash, dodging and dashing around. Plus, a saber throw ability gives Maul a very good range, but the reason he isn't given a better ranking is because his stats are quite low. Unless you have a very experienced Maul player, he will not be that strong a foe to worry about. Another villain in B tier is Captain Phasma. To be honest, in my opinion, I think she should be even higher. I believe she's underrated. I mean, her turret in the right position is game changing, and if you actually know what you're doing, an experienced player can be very survivable with Phasma, especially on the smaller, more enclosed maps. Next in B tier, we have Rey. Her insight and mind trick abilities are very useful in 4v4s. She has arguably the best mind trick in the game. Her dash strike can knock multiple enemies off their feet. She's fast and deadly. This puts her above all the prior heroes on this list. Though she is very strong, there are other heroes who are simply more effective in HvV. We have 2 more heroes remaining in B tier. First is Chewbacca. Let's address the elephant in the room. If this were a beauty pageant, Chewwie would certainly win. Just had to get that out of the way. Chewbacca is claimed by many to be very strong and underrated. And I mean, yes, his blaster goes through blocks. He's got a knockdown and a stun ability. This can lead to a very effective playstyle, but I just feel like there's no way he's superior to other blaster heroes like Han Solo, Bossk, Leia, or Boba. At the end of the day, Chewwie has 100 damage per second, which is tragic. Lastly in B tier, who's basically the dark side version of Chewbacca, Iden Versio. I say that she's similar to Chewwie because she can also pick away at enemies' health through blocks, but Iden's blue balls of death have a much greater area of effect. She can decimate multiple enemies at once. Her shock droid can stun several targets and has a very long reach. I don't think people actually realize how far her shock droid can stun people. Her primary blaster fire and her blue balls of death are both very deadly and useful. She's a great team support, and to be honest, I would personally like to place her in A tier, but I may be biased in doing that. Before moving on to A tier, I want to remind y'all to body slam that like button, and if you're new, consider subscribing for future Star Wars gaming content. Alright, now we're getting to the juicy part. A tier. First in A tier is Luke Skywalker. Luke has extremely quick movement and strike speed. He also has a couple of knockdown abilities, and any push or pull abilities are very useful when fighting other heroes. He's great at the hit and run tactic and can do lots of damage very quickly, but he does have very low health regen, so if he gets ganked, which does happen often in HvV, he can get pretty screwed up in a moment's notice. Next in A tier is General Grievous. His abilities are perfect for 4v4s. Thrust surge on blaster heroes, flank the enemy team with claw rush and knock everyone over. He is quite slow and has terrible stamina, but he makes up for this with massive damage output. Bossk. Bossk is very versatile and can be very effective for attacking and defending. Bossk can set up a wall of defense with his abilities and even do heavy damage at long distance. Again, versatility is very important in 4v4s, and Bossk is definitely a versatile villain. Next in A tier is Kylo Ren. I think Kylo shines in HvV more than any other game mode. He can force pull entire teams and disrupt their strategy. His freeze can be combined with teammates' abilities for crazy damage, plus an ability like Frenzy just makes him a straight up beast. Certainly top tier in a 4v4. Han Solo. Han is a force to be reckoned with in any game mode, and he certainly shines in HvV. He has top tier damage output at close, medium, and far range. Han speaks for himself, and everybody already knows he's a beast. And the only reason he's not in God tier is because he's got no special movement or team support to speak of. And now moving on to the big dogs, the God tier. Those who are extremely effective at offense, defense, and team support. Princess Leia. Just as a great Han player can be insane, so can a good Leia player. Leia is versatile, top tier in all aspects. Her E11 has the highest damage per second in the game. She's a monster, and her grenades do 250 damage each to any enemy within a 3-meter radius. That's wild. A couple of well-placed grenades can severely damage multiple villains, but I just feel like Leia has more to offer than just high damage. They can be a very strong team support and can be sort of the cornerstone or center of a team, like in the same way that Finn should be played. Speaking of Finn, let's move on to him. I've placed Finn in God tier because he is game changing. Played correctly and with an organized team, Finn's team support abilities can make a team damn near invincible. He's so overpowered in 4v4s, Finn is sometimes banned in competitions. Though Finn is trash on his own, he's a god with a team beside him. Coming in at number 3 in God tier is Anakin Skywalker. And though Anakin is not as great as he once was, he is still the chosen one. And his ability combos are no joke. He can be very strong at defending his teammates, he has a high health, and in competitive play, a strong Anakin is vital. We have only 2 heroes left. Next up is Boba Fett. Yes, Boba Fett is very situational. He only really shines on the larger, more open maps, but when Boba is in his element and in the right environment, he is the most annoying hero possible. Even a quality Chewbacca or Finn can't counter a good Boba Fett sometimes. Boba can be game changing and decimate enemy blaster heroes. One thing that Boba Fett is underrated for is the fact that he's an eye in the sky. Boba Fett can see majority of the map from flying around and can give great callouts to his team. And lastly, the villain who is basically a god in any game mode, Darth Vader. Darth Vader is like a brick wall that can reach out and choke the entire enemy team. He's got crazy damage output, and his abilities are on point. It's crazy. Like a great Vader paired up with a couple good blasters is just very unfortunate for the light side hero team. And now I want to know what you guys think. I'm sure a lot of y'all either agree or disagree with some of what I said, and I want your opinions and thoughts down in the comments below so we can have a conversation about this. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you.